Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. Man, fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by how your face look.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil Leroy the Judgmental Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Phil in the house.
And I'm Leroy. So what's going on, Phil?
Ain't nothing much. Just doing a little running around, decorating for Halloween.
And
with
did you pick your Halloween character yet?
What you mean?
What you dressing as?
Oh, I probably nothing.
Now, are you taking Ava out trick or treating?
She's going. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna take her, but she's going out this year. Come on, stop. You see me doing something? See her little blue wig she got on?
Yeah, I see it.
Come on, get back.
Now, nothing's going on. All my race photos that came in, but they don't have me the pose where I'm getting my lean on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because all the pictures have my my number on there.
Mm-hmm.
But since I got that lean on, you can't see my
it
picture.
didn't show the number.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they had scrapped that photo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one I was waiting for. That's the one I was going to post on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I also didn't tell a story about the two homeless guys howling at me, but I should tell that another time. Before we get into everything, I told you that Stacy wanted to do a interview
Follow-up episode.
Yeah. So when do you want to do it? Next Saturday?
I don't think I got nothing on. I'll let you know.
Yeah. All right. So I'll talk to her during the week and see if she free. But next Saturday we can do it. That can air on Halloween. So so since we don't have to do that Eagle stuff, because I know Halloween is your favorite holiday. So let's go to Fresno, California. Fresno, California detectives prevent a murder. The investigation points to a family with the police shooting settlement. Now, listen to this story. Here's the report.
Tonight, along with 13 other people tied to the same investigation. 18-year-old Richard Aguilar is accused of shooting and killing Javier Fernandez on July 9th near the victim's home in Malaga. Detectives say Aguilar is an active Calwa gang member.
We are going to charge Richard Aguilar, as the sheriff has indicated, with special circumstances murder. His penalty, the potential penalty he is facing, is either death or life without the possibility of parole.
Authorities arrested Aguilar in connection to an...
And look how they got my man with snot hanging out his nose.
outstanding warrant for robbery. During the investigation, authorities served several search warrants which led them to those 13 other suspects who are now behind bars on a variety of charges. Action News reporter Nick Garcia joins us now live from Sheriff's Office headquarters in downtown Fresno with how investigators say taxpayer money helped fund some of the crimes. Nick?
Right, good evening, Warren. A bombshell announcement from the Sheriff's Office earlier today. Here I have a lengthy list of arrests. One of the more notable, Cristina Lopez, who was involved in a multi-million-dollar settlement with the city of Fresno this year. She sits in jail tonight facing 22 felony charges, but her attorney says he has not seen the evidence to back up those charges.
A months-long homicide investigation took several dangerous criminals off the streets, according to Sheriff Margaret Mims.
And even though there were more arrested than connected directly to the homicide, our investigation was very important because it did have result in peripheral arrest.
Richard Aguilar was forced out of a home where he was hiding with the help of tear gas Thursday and is now booked in jail for the murder of Javier Fernandez. 13 others, all tied to Calwa gangs, are facing a variety of felony charges related to guns, gangs, and domestic violence. The list includes 7 teenagers, the youngest just 13 years old.
It's hard to imagine in the public teenagers being involved in these kinds of violent crimes, but that's where our investigation led.
Also arrested, Cristina Lopez. She's the mother of a 16-year-old killed by Fresno police as he ran from them in 2017. Lopez sued the city and received part of a nearly $5 million settlement earlier this year. District Attorney Lisa Smitkamp says Lopez used some of that money to buy guns and gave them to her 14-year-old son to distribute to gang members.
And as a mom and as a prosecutor, it is just horrendous to me that she could do this.
Lopez's attorney says he can prove the money did not fund gang activity.
Christina had to provide a percentage to the father of the child.
So since she had to give half her money to the father, she didn't buy those guns. This lawyer, man.
My father got a large chunk. I can't tell you exactly the amount that she received. You can count that up, and never anything connected to what the allegations are.
Lopez's son is also facing felony charges. Torres could not speak about his arrest, but said it's the gang shot callers who should be held accountable.
They coerce.
Well, she's like one of the oldest one out of that crew, so she's one of the shot callers too. Messing with somebody that's a shot caller.
People to do their bidding. And so people who wouldn't ordinarily do anything contrary to the law are put in a position, you either do this, or we're going to kill you, or we're going to kill your mom, or we're going to kill your brother.
So that goes to what you say, Phil, when when women do something, they get in trouble. What they say, oh, it wasn't my fault. I was coerced, or somebody made me do it.
They always say the same shit. He said he was going to kill me if I didn't do it.
Right.
But I would have to say I'm kind of skeptical. And I'm kind of on the lawyer's side. Maybe the mom really didn't have anything to do with it. A lot of times when these cops get these big settlements like that, they want to recoup that money back.
Right.
So if they lock her up, they get all that money back that she had. You know what I mean?
All right. So how did this come out that she had bought them guns? Then wonder if she must have had bought it from somewhere and got the receipt.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking like they don't have proof on it, but because her nephew was involved in that stuff, that's why they linked her to it, because she got the money. Who else can fund it besides her if she the only one with all the bread?
Right. Okay. So now we going to Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas family held at gunpoint and robbed after what started out.
Hold on. One other thing. I was wondering why he had all that snot on his nose.
Yeah, they
tear gassed him.
Right.
Because back and when you go to boot camp, you have to go to a gas chamber. And all it is a small room, and they just let out all this gas. And you got to be in there. Then you got to take your mask. First, you got to put the mask on as soon as you hear somebody scream for gas. And if you don't know how to put your gas mask on and seal it right, the gas will just come inside the mask and fuck you up. Mm-hmm. And then once you seal it and you good to go, and you see everybody else all struggling while you got your mask on and you clear, then the drill sergeant will walk around to you. He'll ask you a question. You have to take your mask off, like lift it up and answer his question for him. And you got to get it right. And when you take it up, that's when the gas hits you. So like all of us came out of the gas chamber, all snotty, eyes burning and all crazy.
Right. Okay. So now if you put your gas mask on, right, and everybody else is still struggling, can you help them?
No shit. The way they do it is they line, I want to say maybe 10, 15 soldiers up, and y'all all go in at the same time. Then they lock the door, and then they light the gas. And the first person to see the gas is supposed to say gas, gas, gas. So you had a couple of days of training on how to put your mask, how to have it set up. And it's still got to be like packed away in your gear on your leg or wherever you have it. So you gotta practice on how to putting it on real fast, quick as possible, and sealing it quick as possible. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the first person that see gas, they yell gas, gas, gas. That's when you grab your mask out of your it's usually like a leg strap. So you pull it out of your leg strap, throw it on your face, clear it, then seal it off. You know what I mean? So once you do that, you standing there and you like scared to breathe because you're like, oh shit, if I ain't get it right, all this shit gonna fuck me up. So then you breathe like it's almost like Harlem Nights when the dude was in the safe and he said take little breaths. So that's how you want to do in that. You want to take a little breath just to see if the coast is clear. And then once you know the coast is clear, you start breathing. You like, bet I got this shit right, because your heart all racing. And then you look around and you just see other motherfuckers all struggling to get it on. A lot of people just panic and forget all the shit that they just learned the last couple of days. and then the gas fuck them up so much that they get ushered out and they like kind of fail that part. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then once you put it on, you cool. You just watch other people struggling, and then once they get the ones out that couldn't get it on time, the ones that do got it on, and you all right. Then the drill sergeant come up to all of y'all and ask y'all a question one at a time. And when he come up to you, he might say, I don't know, what's the soldier's oath, something like that. And then you have to pull your mask up. And once you pull it up, you breaking the seal. And then you have to look at him. Your eyes are burning. If you breathe in that stuff, it's going to burn your throat. So you kind of talking, but you like pushing the air out, and you want to make sure you get it right. So when he say good job, you know what I mean, then you can throw your mask back on. But if you fucking up, then he asks you another question, and then it's fucking you up. You know what I mean?
Right. All right.
Sinuses and fucking shit up your nose, all that shit just comes out. So a lot of people came out, whole faces like covered in snot, and then they say gas. They got gas.
Mm-hmm. All right. Houston.
Good times, though.
Hey, that's not good times. It don't sound like good times. Oh no, that's you. That's you laughing at everybody. So in other words, you put your mask on right, but you laughed at everybody else that didn't. Go ahead.
So when you come out, you take your mask off, and then you gotta like fan air because the air like helps to get off your skin and stuff, and you're breathing good. And then you just sit back at the exit and watch everybody else that come busting out of there and dragged out of there and snot all over your face and shit. You just laugh at them.
See, everybody, I told you. That's why it's good times, because you always had your mask on right, and you answered all the questions correctly. So that's why you got to sit and laugh at other people who didn't.
Hey, be square like me. Point.
All right.
Like certain stuff you know you can kind of like brush over in the military and just like squeak by, but then there's other stuff you need to pay attention to. If you know you about to on day 3, if you know you going to a gas chamber and they're gonna hit off gas, you got to think all in your mind how many movies and stuff you've seen when gas came out, how it fucked people up. So you need to be paying attention. So not on the last day like, hey, Mike, can you help me with this? No, I can't. It's too late, bro. That's your ass.
All right. Houston, Texas family held at gunpoint and robbed after what started out as an argument between 2 high school students. Here's the report, and have fun with this one.
They put a gun in his mouth. They put 2 guns in his mouth, laid him on the ground.
The first one where he...
But first, only on 2 tonight, a family is terrorized, threatened, and held at gunpoint. They were forced to go through a series of violent events, and now they're scared for their lives. That family telling us this all began when their son got into an argument with other kids at school.
That led to the family being threatened in their home and a father being robbed at gunpoint. Police now identifying one of the 2 men suspected of being involved in the violence. The family opening up to KPRC2's Devin Clark. Only on 2, he's joining us live with more on their ordeal and the search for the people responsible. Devin?
Lauren, Chris, the woman you are about to hear from says she is so concerned for her family's safety that she asked us not to deliver this report from her neighborhood. So we're here at a nearby HPD substation where investigators are hard at work. The woman says this entire ordeal unfolded after a teenage beef got blown way out of proportion.
Lately, we've been scared. We've been panicked. We don't know what to do.
This woman is too shaken up to be identified.
It's been hectic. It's emotionally, we're drained.
She says last month, what started as a harmless high school beef between her son and another boy over a girl escalated when the other boy showed up at their home with 2 grown men.
They hopped out the car, guns drawn, and they asked, excuse my French, they asked, what was the that was talking about killing my nephew.
The woman says she and her husband de-escalated the situation, then called police.
They could have killed us right then and there.
She says she was able to identify one of the adult gunmen out of a photo lineup as convicted felon Joshua Mathis. The next day, she says things took a...
The thug uncle or thug cousin that they went and called.
Turn for the worse when Mathis and the man he was with the day before saw her husband at the Joyce Food Mart a few blocks away.
Like, oh shit, is that dude that the house we just went over?
They put 2 guns in his mouth, laid him on the ground.
The woman says they robbed her husband for $23, his Glock handgun, and a cell phone, then told him to get up and start running home as gunfire erupted.
The bullet ricocheted off the trash can. Once the bullet ricocheted off the trash can, my husband said he went into the bayou, under the bayou right there, by the Joyce Food Mart, and hid for a second.
Mathis nor his alleged accomplice have been seen since, but police issued warrants for Mathis's arrest with charges including aggravated assault, aggravated robbery, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. The woman says her family has other guns, but with Mathis and the other man still out on the streets, her concerns are only growing.
I want it to end, not just for me, but for...
So she put the word out that she has other guns, meaning if they come at her door with this shit again, she just going to straight up and start blasting.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty much what she just said.
Why she?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, why is she trying to not be on camera and be all discreet when whoever's in that city, they know like who this is and who, you know what I mean, the situation. These guys know what house they went to, so who's she hiding from?
Well, like pretty much what you just said, everybody at school knows what is going on. I was going to give a stereotypical black name, but that's Hakeem's. That's Hakeem's mom. That everybody know at school, and everybody know that they was fighting over a girl who already got another boyfriend around this time. She probably already got another boyfriend around this time, so everybody
it's got to be more to the story.
It was probably like a long-standing thing, and I'm thinking because when the boy brought his thug uncle or his thug cousin and got involved, I'm thinking that the father had said something to him, like, "Look, man, you come up with this shit." And this is what I always say about parents: you don't get involved with children's shit. If you see or hear shit going on in the school, it's best if you get the school and police involved, because once you cross that line, you see what happened here. My man got his thug uncle and his thug cousin over their house, and they start. Can you hear me? Like I said, if you cross that line, then the boy got his thug uncle or thug cousin got involved. Then shit is over with now. They already know where you live at. So shit.
The pop, like you said, the pop probably said something to them. And then they ran into him later on, and that's when they pulled the guns out. I ain't buying that put 2 guns in the mouth stuff. You can barely get one the way they do it in movies.
For everyone.
The woman believes her husband was robbed because they reported that prior incident to police. She says that still won't stop her from telling their story, hoping to get these gunmen off the street. If you have any idea where Mathis is or his alleged accomplice, you're asked to give Crime Stoppers a call at 713-222-TIPS. Reporting live outside of the HPD South Central Substation, Devin Clark, KPRC 2 News.
Instead of Hakeem as a stereotypical black name, I should have gave him just like a stereotypical Southern name like Willie. Ain't that Willie, mom? All right, so there was some controversy in NFL last week involving these damn emails with the former team president Bruce Allen of the Washington football team. I was just about to call them the Redskins. Well, there's some emails that was involving. He's suing Dan Snyder, correct?
I'm not sure who's suing Dan Snyder.
Bruce Allen.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the investigation. I just heard about these emails coming out.
It's a defamation lawsuit between Allen and Washington owner Dan Snyder. So they have a lawsuit together. So there's these emails from 2011 were released, and it had John Gruden talking have a stereotypical line on, well, a racial line. I don't find it racial. I mean, whatever. And he said some homophobic stuff in a private email. So before I get into the what I really want to talk about, let's hear from your favorite wide receiver all time, Randy Moss.
Yeah, okay. Ain't no favorite of mine.
So there's going to be a lot of emotional responses to this. I hear you saying basically, if you were in that locker room today, you kind of just put your head down and you think of him as the leader.
This was last week's game before John Gruden was
right.
What you say is not fired.
Even coach that game.
What you call it? Not fired, but what you call it?
Resign, step down, anything but fired.
Exactly.
In terms of the decision maker, but not necessarily a leader you respect. I'm curious from your perspective, Randy, if you were in that locker room today, would you be able to play for him?
To speaking of Teddy's point, basically you hear us talk about we got a work to do, we got a job to do, and that's to provide for our families. And Teddy hit it right on the head of just putting your head down and going playing football. I speak about the game of football. I fell in love with the game of football, Sam, at 6 years old. And I get emotional talking about it.
Here it comes. Here come the waterworks.
Situations like this. My civil rights were kind of messed with in high school over the color of my skin. And now being able to play 14 years in the National Football League.
Oh, shit.
To have something like this of a leader. We talk about leadership. We give guys these big contracts because they want to be able to lead 70 men, coaches, equipment staff, and managers to the number one goal, and that's to win the championship. And for us to be moving back and not in the 21st century, like I said, man. National Football League, this hurts me. The clock is ticking, man. I'm sorry.
No.
I can play for you, but I'd rather not.
I know Rex Ryan is like, this guy's got to be a complete idiot. Rex Ryan was like,
why are we the only ones that always got to do shit like that on TV?
Exactly. Rex Ryan and his brother. Can you imagine the text messages between them two and the shit they be saying in text messages? And here's a guy who played with women's feet. He don't give he's obsessed with damn women's feet. Anybody Google Rex Ryan and feet, and you'll see something come up about him and feet. He loves women's feet, and but a conversation between him and his brother. He has a twin brother. If anybody don't know, and him and his brother, I know it's probably a racial slur. This homophobic stuff that. And he said they got to act like he's so concerned. Oh no, really? Oh, shocking. And Teddy Bruschi, he don't give a shit. Look at him.
Okay, I'd rather not do it, but if I have to do it, I will. And
he looks very small too, like all in his neck and stuff. He don't look like he used to look.
Just because I have other people that I have to provide.
Maybe he just getting old. I'm sorry, but I haven't watched none of this countdown shit or pregame shit in years. So all these people on ESPN look old.
Yeah, I don't watch that either. Right?
Yeah, right. But I'd rather not do it.
Yeah.
But we've done it before in different situations. We are all mentally tough people in that locker room, but it's something you'd rather not do.
Yeah, so this is what I think about. It's like Randy said.
She's joining in the fun. She's about to join in on the crime fund.
Up here feeling this way from a distance.
I saw your face. I saw I saw you.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine a guy in that locker room today trying to play a football game feeling that way.
With a heavy heart.
How? I don't know. I don't know how. What? Max, Matt, or Rex, I would love to hear your perspective. What should the NFL do right now? You see this response, and you guarantee there's a version of this response in that locker room.
It's like they all putting on some type of acting performance or something.
Exactly. Like you can be sincere, say what you got to say without cracking your voice and fake crying. Like, come on now.
Right.
What should they do? How do you?
And a tear fall down their face, but they want to talk like they crying.
Nope. And she started cracking for about 5 seconds, and then went back to her normal voice.
John Gruden make this right at this point, or is it a lost cause?
I'm at a loss for solutions, but I think the answer to that question probably comes from somewhere inside that locker room in that Las Vegas.
Are they still following him? I mean, that's a big question. You have the slogan of Al Davis talking about, just win, baby. Today in Las Vegas, the slogan is must win, baby. So to be able to really see how this team responds coming off a loss and then having this week coming out with a heavy heart. All eyes is on Las Vegas.
Yeah. Randy, I appreciate you just being genuine and honest. It's what we love
We've
about you.
We've been through a lot, Sam.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
But that damn Randy Moss is an idiot. And he said, well, we've been through a lot. What did you been through? In regards to football, what have you been through to make you start breaking down
the antics and shit he was doing when he was in the league?
And then remember, he was acting like he had the shit, and they they fired him for that. Yep. Oh my God! NFL. It's time for you to do something. Well, the NFL did something, and like Philip said, John Gruden has resigned. Well, they lost the game, by the way, the game they were talking about, and he resigned. And I want to talk about that Randy Moss because did you see the clip that I sent you with Jason Whitlock?
No, I didn't see that.
Jason Whitlock. Well, Randy Moss wrote. Well, Jason Whitlock. I can play you this real quick. Jason Whitlock made fun of Randy Moss crying. Here's the clip right here.
And for us to be moving back and not forward in the century, like I said, man, National Football League, this hurts me. The clock is ticking, man. I'm sorry.
For us to be moving back, not forward. You know, we went 10 years into John Gruden's emails, and we found racism in those emails from John Gruden back. We're not looking forward. We're not moving forward. The NFL, this hurts. This hurts. Those emails hurt me. Didn't they hurt you? I mean, oh my God. He said, DeMaurice Smith has big lips. Oh my God. Can you believe that? DeMaurice Smith has big lips. And he said it in an email.
Well, that little clip right there. Randy Moss sent him a tweet that he was on site. So Jason that it was on site. So on site means that I guess he hit him. No, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the people out there. That I guess that mean that he was going to hit him or something if he see him. So Jason Whitlock said he came back and said that why I should play that. Let me see if I can find it.
So he's on air crying about what a coach said 10 years ago about another black man, but now he's ready to beat up a black man for saying something about him.
Right.
How did that make sense?
Oh, it's on site. And that's what Randy Moss did yesterday. How we as black men respond to conflict depending on the color of the person we have conflict with. If we are offended by a white man, it's perfectly, or a white woman, it's perfectly appropriate to go on national TV and cry. You will get great applause. Oh, yeah, you do. That's it. Yeah, cry. Black people, white people, everybody will applaud you. You get offended by a black man, you go straight to, oh, it's on site. And that's what Randy Moss did yesterday.
Pretty much what I just said.
He went to Twitter and promoted the fact that it's on site as soon as he sees me. And so I'm not surprised. I would like to tell Randy and anybody else out there the reason why I conduct myself the way that I do. And the reason why this show is called Fearless is because I'm protected by the blood of Jesus. And so I really don't care what your reaction is.
It ain't about Jesus. It's just that a person that would do or say something like that, you ain't tough to begin with, because all that week long, everybody been making fun at you crying on the air like that. But all of a sudden you want to beat up the big, fat, out of shape, old black guy, and he did the same thing. Well, look, have that energy with everybody else. Don't just do that to him. Prepare to beat up everybody, because they all made fun of you crying like that because it was stupid. And like you said, every time a black person they get on TV, we want to start crying and all that stuff. A black man. Here's a guy, a Hall of Famer, wide receiver. Now you've been through some hard shit compared to some emails about some guy talking about John Gruden talking about this man's lips. And I don't even consider that racial. I mean, if he think the guy had big lips, he got big lips. So does Angelina Jolie have big lips? So yes. So if somebody starts talking about her big lips, is that offending her or racially offending her? No. Now if he called him the N-word or something like that, now that's different. Go ahead.
The thing is, this day and age, everybody is so sensitive about anything. So you going back 10 years ago and pulling up emails, and he getting fucking pretty much canceled and scratched out of that NFL history books and all for something that happened 10 years ago.
Right.
People change. Maybe at that time he was just mad and that's how he felt.
Right. He's finished because like you said, he called the NFL commissioner the F word. So he's done. He'll be at the end of the day, he's all right because he still got that money coming from the Raiders. He's all right. So, but in terms of him getting a job in NFL, he can forget that because he talked bad about the commissioner. So ain't no way.
Yes. I really don't. If it's on site, I think I'll survive. If I don't survive, must be my time to go.
Oh, we can stop it. Well, I agree right along with Jason Whitlock, but all that protected by God stuff, I wouldn't be protected by anyone because, well, first of all, if he hit me, I just sue the shit out of him. The hell with that. I wouldn't even hit him back. I just lay on the ground. I'm sorry. I just lay right on the ground. You can call me a wimp or weakling or whatever. And they're like, oh, get up, you all right? I'm like, nope. I don't remember what happened. All I remember is just me waking up in the hospital. My back hurt, my neck hurt, everything hurt. You gonna attack him? Everybody been making fun of you crying because you're an idiot for doing that. And another
person did it, and it was bullshit.
Right. Another person I want to talk about, just what you said. Your boy, now this is your boy now. Your boy Keyshawn Johnson.
Stop calling everybody my boy. First off,
Keyshawn Johnson.
So if you call hold on. If you call everybody my boy, when my boys really do come up, it sounds like bullshit because I always gotta deny it. Just call my boys my boy. If they ain't my boy, don't call these bullshit ass dudes my boy.
Is Keyshawn Johnson your boy?
Yes.
All right. Now let's talk about your boy Keyshawn Johnson. Now he's going in on John Gruden, and they've been working for the same company for how many years? And he's a bad guy. I've been telling everybody he's a bad guy, but you ain't say that shit publicly. So now all of a sudden he's a bad guy. You're full of shit too. And he had this quarterback campus. Remember, he used to do that quarterback campus on ESPN.
Right. I used to like that joke.
Yeah, he has this quarterback campus. Now let me ask you a question: what quarterback has he helped train that wasn't already there when he got there? I'm like, okay, well, did you say that when he was there? So don't give me that fake shit. No. You ain't say shit to him when he was there. Yeah, that definitely your boy. Oh, use a ride for Keyshawn, boy.
Yeah, when he played, I liked him because he catch the ball like 90% of the time if he get his hands on it. That's why I liked him.
And he was slow and couldn't get open. And he
didn't have to. He just go up. He just go up and catch it over whoever's guarding him. So he didn't have to be fast.
And he act like he was a number one, but we all know he really wasn't. Can you agree there with that one?
No, you know that.
No, he wasn't.
No.
Well, the reason why I brought this up, I wanted to talk about Adam Schefter. According to the LA Times, ESPN and NFL insider Adam Schefter reportedly sent out an unpublished story surrounding the 2011 NFL lockout to former Washington football team president Bruce Allen. The emails were uncovered as a part of an ongoing defamation lawsuit between Allen and a Washington owner, Dan Snyder, that led to the resigning of John Gruden as the head coach of the Raiders. Schefter reportedly emailed an unpublished story to Allen, asking if there was anything in his unpublished story that needed changing. Schefter also called Allen, Mr. Editor. Please let me know if you see anything that should be added, changed, tweet. Schefter reportedly wrote, "Thanks, Mr. Editor, for that and the trust. Plan to file this to ESPN at 6 a.m. Now, the question is, that's worse than what John Gruden done. John Gruden talked about somebody's lips. This is worse because that opens up to anything Adam Schefter did. How can I trust you if you sitting there?
Exactly. And I used to like Adam Schefter until all this shit. So now it's like, can I really take what he's saying as word?
Well, another story is, do you remember that lady that I think her first name is Jen, the lady that Brett Favre was trying to get with that worked for the Jets? And she used to wear them half cut Jeff shirt. and what he sent a text to her, to his privates, right?
Yeah.
Well, she said that Adam Scheffler wrote a article like lying about the whole situation or something like that. Yeah, well, she came out that with a couple of days ago. So now anything you do or say is we gotta judge everything you do or say. Well,
look at that shit with a side eye now.
Exactly. Well, here's Pat McAfee, a podcaster, sports host, and now on a WWE SmackDown commentator talking about it.
Well, he was a former NFL player, right?
Yeah, kicker.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to lead off with.
No, we gotta lead off with SmackDown.
No, you said podcaster.
No, he is a successful. Well, he was a kicker.
Right. So you should have started off with former kicker.
So it's kicker first, then podcaster.
Yes.
This Schefter situation with these emails where he sends it to Bruce Allen and says, do I need anything tweaked, changed, or anything like that? And in the insider game, we know you all have to have relationships with people who are making decisions. That's how you get inside information. In your eyes, do you have to draw a line on what you can do, what you can't do, what they have control? And is that a moving line? Does everybody have different lines in that world? And are those clearly defined across the board?
Well, what I try to do whenever I'm reporting something that's sensitive or important or, career changing, life changing, like real stuff. We're not talking like ankle sprains, but like, the important, hopefully important news that we report a lot of times on Sunday mornings, like this coach may be fired, this quarterback may be benched, this player's going to have surgery. I will almost always, like in every possible chance I get, pick up the phone, call the people involved, the agent for the people involved, the coach, the GM, the PR person, whoever needs to know, and give them a heads up for what I'm reporting. And you're right. I mean, we have relationships. Sometimes we have strong relationships. I think most people get it and know that like we are going to report stuff that is not good. Sometimes we are going to report stuff that they don't want. And it helps relationships if people know you have a job to do and they know that you're going to give them a heads up. And sometimes it's like, I need to tell my owner that something's coming. So like, can you wait 2 minutes? Like that will sometimes happen. So I try to pick up the phone, call these people, let them know everything that's happening, and kind of proceed from there.
And I know AJ probably has a question about this as well. This will be my last one. I saw a lot of other journalists judging Schefter hard, and obviously the world judging Schefter hard for this. In the insider community, how is that perceived? And do you guys all have a group text? And did you guys all say, oh, fuck this guy, you can't be doing this type of thing? This is how he gets more inside information than us?
We do not have a group text, although that would be certainly interesting. I'm going to have a group text with Garofalo and Pelissero all the time. As we banter back and forth and whatever. But there's not like an all insider group text, where Glazer would be like, oh man, just got a good lift in. Like, no, that doesn't really exist. But I will say this, like, he's very good. He's been doing this a long time. I have my job because of the job that he basically created. And sometimes he beats me on stories, which is very annoying.
Well, that's because he's letting people just write his entire article.
Yep. He was right.
Yep.
He's very good.
I know. Look, the guy, Ian Rappaport, he's trying to be politically correct. Like, no, but he know he's right.
Trying to ride with his boy.
Yep.
No, I know, I'm joking. That was low. That was low. I shouldn't have done that at the particular time, but I appreciate hearing that from you and I appreciate you answering that, by the way, because as soon as I heard about it, I think my initial reaction was like, okay, I could see how people are like, whoa. Especially in the middle of a CBA, you're allowing somebody to do this. And then I was wondering to myself, well, how do insiders get information? They have to have some sort of relationship with people of very powerful people. So I'm happy you answered that question. Thank you for that, Rap Sheet. I appreciate it. Go ahead, AJ.
Could you give an example of maybe something you would send to a GM or a coach in writing? I know the big issue was he sent the whole article. Like, what would be an example of something you actually do send them in writing?
I try to have most of my conversations on the phone. It's too much gets lost in translation with.
Well, in other words, it kind of seemed like you're doing the same thing that Adam Scheffler's doing, except he don't have no paper trail.
Enough of that bullshit.
Right, except there's no paper trail. And that was a good that was a good question too. With the guy on the right, I don't know his name.
Messages, right? So I would say I will almost always pick up the phone and read someone what I'm reporting. So an example, you know, a coach is in trouble, and if they, you know, lose the game, they may get fired. I would probably call up the GM or the owner or whoever is in charge and be like, here is what I'm going to say on Sunday. If it is, you know, a contract situation, if a contract's done, it's done. But if it's not done, I will give a heads up and be like, here's the language I'm planning to use, and people will push back. They'll make arguments. Sometimes.
All right. Suppose when the owner or GM wanted you to talk bad about a player, because you know how they do it, make it seem like, oh, he having a bad year, or he's on the wrong side of 30, and it's like his contract year or something like that. Now, would you publish that? Kind of seemed like he would by the way this conversation is going.
If he cool with the person on the back end, he's just going to go with what they say.
Exactly.
Sometimes I will listen to their arguments. I will always listen, but sometimes I will change based on their arguments. Sometimes people have good points. It's always, you know, they don't exist in a vacuum, right? And because we cover the same people over and over, you're going to have situations where you're going to report something bad about a team or a person or whatever one time, and then report something positive another time. And hopefully people understand, like, this is literally just part of it. So people are very, very sensitive about the language you use. And once I realized that, I made sure that I will literally read them like, here is going to be my tweet. Like, I will listen. I'll always listen. Here's what I'm planning to say.
Well, that was Pat McAfee. Oh, he also did a pro wrestling match too. Should I add that also?
No, but you should start off with what he's, you know, what he did for a living.
Okay, former NFL kicker. Now he's a podcaster, radio show host.
Yep, that'd be perfect.
Now he's the commentator on WWE SmackDown. No, former pro wrestler. And now
he at least show his connection, not just some random ass podcaster.
All right, Phil. Tampa Bay beat the Eagles on Thursday Night Football 28-22. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is the coach is a fucking idiot. The GM is an idiot. And the defensive coordinator is an idiot. The thing is, he putting so much pressure on Hurts to throw the ball. Like, Hurts is probably in the top 10 in attempts for the year. And this is only, 10 games under his belt? Like, this is his first year as a starter. He should not be throwing the ball that much. We got good running backs that don't even get carries. We had one running back carry the whole first half and finished the game with, I think, a total of 9 carries. That's ridiculous. Yes. And when you look at him getting carries, he do good with it, but he just don't get them.
Okay. Just
and then Hurts play good in that game, and then you give him up.
Hold on. Just like you said, Miles Sanders, 9 carries for 53 yards. Like you said, he averaged 6.2 yards a carry. So why he's in getting the ball?
Because the coach doesn't believe in it. I think it might come from the owner too. They want to see what they got in Hurts, but this is not the way to do it. To force him to throw every play, to get sacked, run for his life every play against good defenses and stuff like that. All they doing, like what's the name had a bad secondary that was all banged up. So our coach think, because they got a bad secondary, I'm just going to sit back and throw it like you got Aaron Rodgers. No, you run the ball. Though. You can't do play action passes and run options if you don't run the ball at all. You ain't faking nobody. You got to at least mix it up to make it believable that you might run it.
I agree. I totally agree with everything. And now you said that. Now, why is the GM the idiot? Because of the Zach trade?
Not that I ain't got Miles Sanders on both. Do you see my league, the Northeast League? Everybody's on injured reserve or hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had 8 or 7 players on injured reserve and 3 players out. I can't even shuffle the lineup around unless I drop somebody that's good that's going to come back. But I got is either play nobody there or drop them and pick somebody up. I'm fucked up.
Yeah, and I see you've been making a lot of moves too, and
I have to because everybody is injured reserve. Go look at my roster. You'll see everybody. And I dropped 2 players. I dropped what's the name hurt for the season? Juju, and I dropped Brandon Graham. Both of those got injured reserve. So I dropped those, and I still got like 6 injured reserve dudes on my team and 2 dudes or 3 dudes that's out.
Well, and when Phillips, the GM's an idiot, are one of our favorite all-time Pro Bowl tight ends, Zach Ertz, traded to the Arizona Cardinals in exchange for cornerback Tay Gowan and a 2022 fifth-round draft pick. Here's Rich Eisen talking about it.
But speaking of the Cardinals, Rich, we had a big trade this morning.
That's right. Yes, what do we got?
So Zach Ertz, Eagles tight end, played in the game last night.
Scored a touchdown.
Had a nice night. But however, a subject of trade rumors for months and months and months. He's finally out, being traded to Arizona for a couple draft picks.
For a 2022 fifth-round draft pick and cornerback, Tay Gowan.
Now, in case you're wondering, he cannot play on Sundays.
Yeah, so because you can't play 2 games in a week. It's not like baseball where you play for one team, you're traded, next night you're actually in the lineup, or later that day in a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Right, that doesn't happen.
Zach Ertz not going to play this week, but is now a member of the Arizona Cardinals.
Dude, I just love what Steve Keim's doing. Okay, we got our kid, right, and Kyler Murray, and we drafted Budda Baker, and we drafted Isaiah Simmons, and we acquired Chandler Jones years ago, and we got DeAndre Hopkins. I made that trade.
Got AJ Green.
Well, hold on a second.
Oh.
We drafted Christian Kirk.
Yep.
Correct. And we got Chase Edmonds now. We're going to elevate him and let Kenyon Drake go. Mm-hmm. Right. James Conner is a guy that is now free. Let's go grab him. And then we'll add AJ Green. Right. Because the situation allows for us to get these pieces of beachfront property real estate in the NFL for cents on the dollar based on whatever their injury status was, or the fact that they're now free, or their age is something that, these guys were used to be great Pro Bowlers and we're wondering if they are anymore. But let's put them in a role that's secondary. It's not all on them to be what they used to be. James Conner back up to Chase Edmonds. Number 2 guy, AJ Green to DeAndre Hopkins. Chandler Jones is the guy with 100 career sacks. Let's just get the guy who's a 3-time defensive player of the year and throw him in that mix. And J.J. Watt, you don't have to be the guy. Just be the best version of yourself and go. That's what the Cardinals are doing, and now they've done it with Zach Ertz. Now they've done it with a guy who scored a game-winning touchdown in a Super Bowl. Max Williams gets hurt, and they've been targeting him quite a bit. Let's go get Ertz for a 5th-round pick and a corner. That's not somebody that's so crucial to our game right now because of.
Thanks a lot, Rich, for making the Eagles look like shit for giving away Zach Ertz.
Everybody know that was a dumbass trade for a fucking bag of peanuts.
Yeah.
The way that we've fashioned it, and we're the last remaining undefeated team. This is just working out. I love how they're building it there in Arizona. And then on the flip side for this, Philadelphia. When you see a Super Bowl team win, or you see a team that goes into a Super Bowl, and you hear the phrase, look around this locker room, look around your guys, because we're not going to be here again. You're like, what are you talking about? We're not going to be here again. This could be a dynasty. We could do this every single year. We should believe in that. No. It is so important to win in the window in which you have in the NFL because things change so fast. And the brotherhood of men that you have on a winning team at that moment, it's like your wedding. You need to stand in the corner.
Taking a little light on the Eagles, Rich.
Corner and soak it in at the moment.
Yes.
Some moment, because it goes by so fast and it's so fleeting. You have to take it in. And that's why when teams lose in the playoffs, that's why the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, they know as they leave that locker room after a 109-win season that the same team's not going to come back. And even if it does, the odds that it is the same feeling and the same opportunity isn't as great as it was in Game 5 when they had a shot to win one game and move on. The trade of Zach Ertz from Philadelphia to Arizona for a 5th rounder and a cornerback that many of you haven't, with all due respect to him, heard of. just crystallizes the win when you can and to soak in the experience when you have it, because it's so fleeting. On February 4th, 2018, right? Today is October 15th, 2021. Correct, Chris Brockman? All right?
October 15th, 2021.
Midway through the 10th month of the 2021 calendar year, February 4th, 2018, the Philadelphia Eagles sent 22 men out as starting players in Super Bowl 52 in Minnesota, along with head coach Doug Peterson and Frank Reich, offensive coordinator. Of those 22 men that started that winning Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles, only 6 remain on the roster.
Shit, I thought it was less than that.
And 2 of them are hurt. Brandon Brooks is hurt. Brandon Graham is hurt. The Eagles hope that Brooks can come back after tearing his pec earlier on this season. Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, and Rodney McLeod. That's it. Doug Peterson is wherever he is today. Frank Reich, as we all know, is now the head coach in Indianapolis with Carson Wentz as his quarterback, and Zach Ertz, who caught the pass from third-string Chicago Bear quarterback Nick Foles right now, with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go, sending all of Philadelphia up greased telephone poles to start. That guy who just caught the touchdown pass, he's now in Arizona, and Philadelphia is looking at a 2-4 record with Jalen Hurts after losing Thursday Night Football to Tom Brady and the Bucs. Soak it in while you can, folks. It's so fleeting. It's so fast.
He took it rather light on the Eagles, but the GM got to go. He shouldn't have even been here this year. I don't know how he keep his job.
And that's bullshit, because the thing is, we could have brought that team back. The same team, the same players. We kept tweaking and messing it up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They got a young quarterback in Arizona. They build all these around him, line, receivers. They put all these weapons around him. We get a young guy. We got 3 rookies on the line. We got young rookie receivers. Where's like the veteran presence on offense? We should have a veteran guy like playing like the slot or something.
Mm-hmm. That's why I thought they would keep Ertz around, because he was a veteran, quote unquote, receiver. And then when he was there, they hardly used him.
Yep. It's almost like we tanking on purpose. And remember how we always talk about, you can tell when somebody about to get cut or traded, they phase him out. Wasn't nothing wrong with Ertz. He still was at the same level, but they just didn't call plays for him no more. No more throwing it to him, no more plays for him.
Right. And actually, I thought he wasn't going to play last week, because was it last week or week before last when he was on the COVID protocol?
He was?
Yeah. Wasn't he on a COVID protocol?
I know Goddard is.
I thought Zach Ertz was too. Maybe I'm getting them two mixed up.
I know Goddard was on protocol and he's been out for a while because of that.
Yeah, I thought that they will have Zach Ertz with short routes, and he will be like the second or third option. So if his first option wasn't there, there's Zach Ertz on a short route. You know how they do with rookies, always like make a short routes,
right?
Or young quarterback.
But not our guy. They got our guy throwing deep all the time,
right? Well, Phil,
and they talking about his arm. They talking about one other thing. They keep talking about how Ertz don't have an arm strength. He threw bombs in college and he was accurate with it. He can throw, but if you throwing him 50 times a game, every game, his arm is going to be tired. He ain't going to have that lift on it no more.
Right. So, well, Phil, we got some Ben Simmons news. Ben Simmons is back on the team. There's somebody good in his ear, because I would have told him to come back too. Don't do that, sit out and all that stuff. Not because of the fine.
Well, I said that too. I said, get your money. You know what I mean? Don't sit out.
Yeah.
Tell him, look, just like Shannon said, look, I want to get traded, but I'm still going to be professional and show up, but y'all need to go ahead and trade me.
Not just that, not just because of the money thing, like you said, but you know, you don't want to have that reputation in the league, because they'll badmouth him. Oh, he's a quitter. Oh, he didn't want to be here. He hated here. You know, all that type of stuff. Oh, he'll quit on you too. You know, giving you that bad name throughout the league and stuff, because you know people talk. Well, we have some other news, Philip, that just came out. A couple of days ago. Some gossip ass 76ers suspected Ben Simmons faked potential coronavirus exposure to dodge Game 7 versus the Hawks.
If you don't got no proof and no evidence, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Because why didn't you say nothing then?
Ramona Shelburne of ESPN reported Simmons is being held out of the team shoot around. He told them due to a possible exposure to a team masseur who returned from an inconclusive COVID-19 test. Several players were questioned about whether they seen her that morning, but only Simmons said that he had. He answered the question honestly without thinking of the implication, said one gossip-ass source close to Simmons. But according to multiple sources, gossip-ass sources, many within the team questioned whether Simmons had actually seen the masseur, or was he just trying to get out of playing as he battled the basketball version of the yips. Later
I don't want to
today,
hear about these sources unless you can name these sources.
later today, the staffer and Simmons test results came back negative, according to the sources. He was cleared to play in the game, but he wasn't in a good place, and neither were the Sixers. He was thrown, one gossip-ass source said. So they still talking shit about him. Y'all just don't know how to keep your mouth closed. And maybe he did see the masseur. If he said he saw the masseur, he saw the masseur.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't say.
You can tell they can talk. They can talk to staff, and they can know if she was on the job or not that day. It's easy to prove.
Right, and they can ask her, "Did Ben Simmons see you, or were you in contact with her?"
Right.
All she have to say is yes or no, and 9 times out of 10, she probably say yes. I saw him. So damn, y'all can't keep your mouth shut. But shout out to Ben Simmons too, because like I said, at least he ain't on the internet gossiping and talking shit about the team and stuff. He pretty much just kept his mouth shut.
Yeah, he took the high road because our organization is clowns, and they sure didn't. Our organizations, the fans, even the news with the trash can rolling down the river talking about they go spotting the Ben Simmons.
Right.
Motherfuckers talking trash, but they can't do that shit that he do.
Exactly. I'm telling everyone, if you get rid of Ben Simmons, this team is in trouble, especially with these point guards and shooting guards. They'll come to Wells Fargo and score 35 points on you because there's nobody plays defense like him.
And another thing, they did a stat. They said since Ben Simmons and Embiid been on the team together, Ben Simmons played 50 more games than Embiid, not counting the season that like before, like when Embiid missed the first 2 and Ben missed the first 1. They talking about since they've been on the team actually playing and missing time. He said Ben Simmons played 50 more games than Embiid. So you can't even depend on Embiid to be healthy. He's not going to give you he probably going to play, if he's lucky, 60 games.
Right. Mm-hmm. So do you think the team is going to trade him?
We haven't seen Embiid in the playoffs at 100% yet. Who, Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah, during the season. But I also think we're going to get rid of. They keep saying while Embiid is at his best. I also think Embiid is not going to stick around that long either.
Why?
Because he makes a lot of money and he's always injured. So even when he's injured, he's still getting paid. After a while, that shit gonna get corny. And some team is gonna offer something for him, and we're gonna make the move on him too. And then we're gonna be back to square one.
Right.
We had the best record in the East last year. And the last 2 years, we was one of the top teams in the East. So why mess that up?
True. I see nothing wrong with Ben Simmons. I don't care what kind of points he scored as long as he played defense. So it don't really matter to me.
And see, that's my thing. If he can't shoot, why are y'all forcing him to shoot? Let your shooters shoot. We got other players on the ball that can shoot. Let him focus on defense, rebounding, getting assists, shutting down the opponent's best scorer. Let him do what he's good at.
Right.
Now, if we didn't have Tobias Harris, we didn't have Curry, then it was just Embiid and Simmons, then I'd be like more on Ben Simmons because we don't have no one else. We got other players that can score and shoot. So why are they getting on him about it? They using him as a scapegoat. Blame everything on Ben.
Well, hell, the coach pretty much did. But he didn't say it. Yeah, say he
right. And then sat there and lied. I didn't answer the question. Yes, you did.
Well, before we go into some movie and TV talk, I want to give a shout out to Sweet Treat Hut. It's well, I'll read from their website. Sweet Treat Hut is a company focused on helping people find a healthier way to eat and make more health conscious decisions in their diets. It started from one man's diet to stop dietary issues and promote awareness within his community to give people healthier options to choose from. We offer healthy alternatives that reinforce our message to help our community to convert and commit to a healthier lifestyle. We want everyone to make a habit of prioritizing health and well-being. Now they have a store on 1240 North 50th Street. It's on a corner of 50th Street and Thompson. Do you remember that bar that was on Thompson Street that we used to go to? I guess it's still there. I don't know if it's there or not.
It was like one of the newer bars.
Yeah, it was like remodeled.
Yeah,
new.
it's still there. It's still there, and they got a security guard to hang out on the streets. I just rode past there on Friday.
Oh, okay. So the place is like right across the street from there, but they have
What is that? What is it? Healthy Treats?
Sweet Treat Hut. It's they make smoothies, fruit smoothies and stuff in the neighborhood. Is it gentrifying around there?
I don't think so, not yet, but I can see it coming.
Oh,
The other day I was driving down Girard. I took my daughter to the zoo, and then I seen a white dude sitting there on the corner waiting for the trolley, and I'm like, "What is he doing right here?" He's like a young college dude, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's like kind of still rough hood, not because he wasn't like down where the zoo. He was a little bit before you get to the zoo. So I'm
Mhm.
like wondering, like, what is he doing around here?
Right.
So it might be coming.
Like I said, the store is 1240 North 50th Street in West Philly, on the corner of Thompson Street. They've been there for 5 years. They have other locations in South Philly and University City, but that store in West Philly, it's like the neighborhood because the University City they have one in Children's Hospital and they have another one at another location, but that's not like in a neighborhood. So the one in West Philly is the neighborhood. Sweet Tree Hut is owned by Antoine Bullock. Mr. Bullock made a promise to help the community by adopting a school. The local school is Heston Elementary School down the street from the store. It's a beneficiary of $1,000 monthly check. So he gives the school $1,000 a month, helping out the community. And I just wanted to give a shout out to him. I'm probably send this to their Instagram and Facebook. And I might try to take a visit there. Probably next week or whenever. I'll probably visit around there. We used to go there all.
How did you hear about them?
It was they did a piece of them on Channel 6.
Oh, okay.
So it's Sweet Tree Hut, 1240 North 50th Street, West Philly. See, North 50th Street is on Thompson, on the corner of 50th and Thompson. So I wanted to give him a shout out. So back to movie talk, Phil. I took your advice and I watched I Care a Lot, starring Rosamund Pike, Peter Dinklage, Elsa Gonzalez, and Diane West. I don't know how she pronounced it. The movie is about Marla Grayson. She's a con artist who makes a living by convincing the legal system to grant her guardianship over elders. She pretends they can't take care of themselves. She places them at assisted living facility where they are sedated and lose contact with the outside world. She then sells off their homes and assets and pocketing the proceeds. Good movie, by the way. And my mom also seen it because I had mentioned that you said to watch it. She said, "Oh, I saw that when it came out. Yeah, that's a good movie." But she didn't tell me about it because she didn't think I liked a girly movie. I said a girly movie. A girly movie is like a romantic comedy.
Right. Yeah, that's not a girly movie.
Right.
I guess maybe she thought because it's a female lead, she thought it was a girly movie, but I don't consider that as a girly movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was because I was wondering, should we do a spoiler or we
It's
talk
up to
about
you.
Well, I guess the movie been out since the beginning of the year, so I guess we can do a spoiler. I was wondering how it was going to end because I mean she was not a good person. Just because
I know, and I kept saying, I said it's pissing me off that she's getting away with what she's getting away with, and I can't believe like the movie almost over, she about to get away.
All right. So my mom said it could be a part 2 because we don't know if she died or not. I said no, it can't unless they want to have what's the Fran, unless they want to have Fran, unless they want to have Fran take over or whatever. But the funniest part was when Fran scouted the old lady. And the old lady, she's active, got a nice car, got a nice house, going swimming and doing swimming exercise.
Sitting there, she's sitting there reading the newspaper, drinking her tea, minding her business, and you gonna shuffle her right out of her house.
Yeah. And did you see how she had this? What the fuck am I doing here? Where they finally sat her in the room, and she had her hands was all looking funny and shit. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? Well, boy, they got the wrong person on that one because, they never said her real name. She used a fake name of Jennifer Peterson.
And they said that. Well, the lawyer said, you got a nice little hustle here, getting all these old people that's on your wall. He said, but you got the wrong person. So just take the money, let her go. And she was like, no. I was like, damn, why she just do that? Like, she don't know who she fucking with.
Yep. And Peter Dinklage played her son, Roman Lupinov. And he had, now at the end of the day, was it about those diamonds that she took? Because I didn't think it was about those diamonds. I'm thinking it was
mom.
More. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking more they had you. She was thinking like
no, that was
his
mom. The diamonds had to do with it. He wanted his diamonds, but I think he wanted more of his mom because remember, on a certain day, he meet his mom every year. Had their little snack or whatever, and catch up or whatever.
Right.
So he really upset now his mom in the nut house when he knows his mom ain't fucked up.
Yeah, because she made it seem like it was the diamonds. I'm like saying to myself, no, it's because his mom. Because like you say, he couldn't see her like that because they was like living under the law. So he couldn't go over there like that. So, but she was making it seem like, oh, because I stole the diamonds. Well, I get the diamonds back when she said it at the end. And he was like, no, I ain't care about them diamonds.
Yeah, it was his mom.
Exactly. So it was a good movie there. It's on Netflix, by the way. I gave it 7.5 out of 10. What would you give it?
I would give it an 8. I really liked it.
Okay, so it's a movie that I would, if it was in the theater, I would go pay and see it. So thank you. So is there anything else that we need to look at?
Haven't really watched nothing really. Just watched like the TV shows. I watched BMF, and we binge watched what's the name? We still got some episodes left, but we binge watched like the first 6 episodes of Love at First Sight. That shit is crazy.
Now, how you like the first of all, how you like Bow? See, the what's the guy's whatever his name is, he's like a little, I don't know what he's looking for.
Who? Which guy you talking
about? The Asian couple.
Johnny.
Johnny is the name. Yeah. It's like he too like, I don't know. It's like he kind of too hard on her.
No, he not.
Yes, he is. Because like, what does she do? What does she do that's bad?
Besides, don't take baths?
No, not that part. I'm talking about why he you say you had a couple of episodes left, so you must not seen the last
No, I didn't get that far. But the thing is, she lied too. She said she's doing everything to try to make it work. She's being affectionate. She said that in front of the doctor and in front of people. But it's been the other way around. Johnny been trying everything to make the date happen. He did the romantic dinner. He brushing his teeth, thinking he gonna get some.
Yeah.
And then she like, no. She started this whole build a wall pillow when they go to bed. Then she said maybe she'll sleep in another bed because she snore. Like all this shit she was doing. And you know what I mean? She wasn't trying to give him no play.
Oh, well, then see, you have to go further ahead because I actually kind of gave a little bit of it away. But how you like our Cuban brother, the firefighter, and the Mexican lady?
Oh, see, shit. If I was him, I would have been said, "Nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna just go ahead and do me. I'm not dealing with her shit." Because everything she's negative about everything that they do and talk about. She got something negative to say.
Yes.
And even at the pool, everybody meet up for the pool. She didn't even come out to the pool.
Yep. It's like she acts like her shit don't stink for some reason.
Right.
Well,
Shay says she's a bum and nobody can find out like where she work or how she got her money or whatever.
No,
she's got all these.
Those that dude that was like a friend of hers, they work together.
No, well, Shay, we've been looking online and she got like this bullshit job title. I forget what it's called.
It's like a something coach. Isn't she like
like a life coach or something?
Yeah.
That's a bullshit job.
And how about the look when she had asked him what did he do for a living, and she said and when he said I'm a firefighter, she gave him this look like, that's it? That's all you do? She gave him that look for a split second. And I'm like, damn, so what's wrong with him? Like, just because for some reason women think that you're supposed to have minority women, think that you're supposed to have, like, if they have a high tooting job, that you're supposed to have one too. So he like being a firefighter. And what's the big deal?
They messed up because she's told them she didn't like bald guys, and they linked her up with a bald dude. So they be doing shit like that on purpose. And she don't like him. You can tell because she won't even let him touch her. He like, I can't even touch her, grab her hand. I didn't get a kiss since the damn wedding, and that was on the cheek. Like, she don't show him no love, no nothing. And everything he tried to do nice, even with the ice cream. What she say? Is it lactate or whatever? Is it such and such? Like all this different stuff. And they say, oh yeah, I did ask for this. Like, really? After all that shit? Like, he can't do nothing right.
Yeah, you got to get further along. But how'd you like the brother and the sister?
She's a nutcase.
Yeah, she is.
I thought he was cool. I didn't see a problem with him because even like when the show first started, she was talking about how she liked to sleep in. So if that's the case, why wake her up? He took the dog to the damn doggy daycare.
Oh yeah, and she flipped out.
And then he came back. He come back. She'd have packed all her shit and rolled.
And
then start slamming shit on the table. She a nut job.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing that I used to say all the time. Once you see a joint as a nut job, you bounce. And he's like, oh, them red flags come up. I'm out because I don't need this. And she's like, well, I don't know what to say. I said, I'm sorry. Like, no, because if you act like that, you sat there and lied to the what's the name, the doctor, talking about when you have disagreements, you don't get loud, you don't get feisty. You said all this nice stuff, but then when the situation came, it was the opposite of what you said you would do.
Yeah, you gotta get further along. Now what about how about our Latino
one other thing I thought was with the bull, I thought he was kind of slick because he said he'd been feeling like shit for 5 days. So I said, if he was feeling like shit for 5 days, he smashed her. Then he told her that, you know what I mean? The COVID shit. You know what I mean? So he could have told her that from the jump. I don't feel good, this and that. My friend had COVID, this and that. Like, watch, make sure you smash first and then you know what I mean?
Right. He wanted to test
it. Damn, he said, I've been feeling real bad for like 5 or 6 days. I'm saying, oh, but he just got the draw. So like, why didn't he say something? He waited till he get that, then said that.
Yeah. Hey, he wanted to touch the merchandise. Now, what was your reaction when the Mexican dude said to his lady, the one that always talk about how she lost 25 pounds? Can he brush her teeth?
I didn't think that was a big deal. I thought he was joking, but she took it serious, and then she kept bringing it up later on in the day. It's like, come on, girl, you still talking about that?
Yeah, that's weird though, Phil. That was
crazy.
You gotta admit that.
Well, no, it was weird in the moment, but they was joking at the time. And the reason why he said that is because she had a regular toothbrush, he had the electrical, and she's like, "Oh, you got the fancy toothbrush?" She said, "Oh, I can brush your teeth." He said it like in a joking way, like, not open your mouth, let me brush your teeth. But she took it serious and like started getting all freaked out about
it. And last but not least, our lady who said she haven't had sex in 2 years. How do we know that? Because she keep mentioning it over and over again that she hasn't had sex for 2 years. And I don't want to give things away, but what you think about them two?
Dude seemed like he's not really interested.
Yeah.
But at least he did put it out with a line because she is up there in age. So he like, yo, we need kids. You know what I mean? He put it out there like we need to have kids. And she's like, well, I don't know, this and that. And like, all right, well, if you're not trying to have kids now, you're not even trying to have sex, and it's been 2 years. And she's like, well, it got to be right. Well, it wasn't right for 2 years. Like, what are you doing?
Well,
and I told one other thing. I told Shay, I was like, I can understand if these girls don't want to put out if they're virgins. Like, if they want to wait, at least like ain't nobody never get it. But this other girl, like Bao said, she always gave it up right away. She had the one night stand. She did all of this. So now you got a husband. He can't even touch you. Like a lot of these girls is real funny like that.
Yeah, that's because they are trying to hold out to make it seem they relax. They gave it up real quick and it didn't work out for them. So now they're trying to play the other way.
Right. So you gave it up to a clown. Yeah. Now you got a dude that's supposed to be your husband that's doing everything right, and he can't get it because of what the clown did wrong.
There you go. You got it right.
And it's funny because I can give you a story about that too. Me and my cousin, but I ain't gonna put it on the air.
No, don't. But yeah, just keep watching it. I don't want to say something that gave it away on y'all. I actually kind of did before, but
And another thing, why is like I don't know about all of the couples, but at least 3 of the couples, all their parents got killed. I said, well, the dad. I'm like, damn, everybody dad is dead on this show.
yeah, so what he's talking about is the firefighter father passed away, well, killed, and I ain't gonna say passed away,
Murdered.
Yeah, his wife, did her father get killed by her stepbrother? What was the story?
It was it's weird. So her father had a stepdaughter. The stepdaughter kept saying that the dad was flirting with her. She was married. So she lured him to the house, and then her husband killed him.
Right. And the lady that Philip said was crazy, the sister, her father died in a car accident, right?
From a drunk driver, yeah.
Yeah, he was died by a drunk driver. So yeah, so that's 3. That's the 3 that Philip had mentioned. But I think it's a good season. They make me laugh, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm cracking up laughing too because I can't believe how Bao is like don't want to wash. Like sometimes I just don't feel like it. It's not on my mind when I got other stuff going on. Taking a bath every day is not a big deal. He's like, well, I don't want you in the bed if you're not going to take a bath. You come from the gym and you just want to get in the bed. She's like, it should be fine. He's like, no. She's like, well, can I get on the couch? She's like, you see his face. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I got myself into
because it's funny because Shay's the same way. She's like, you're not sitting on my bed with them outside clothes on, this and that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But for a female to just be like that, and even still, the other day when they was at the new place. He was like, I know, she said, I know you want me to take a shower in this, but it's not happening. I just don't feel like it. I'm like, well, damn, get your dirty ass. Like, you just want to be a dirt ball. Like, what is wrong with you? You're a female. You need to take a bath.
So, did you watch the last episode of BMF?
Yeah, I watched it this morning. I thought that episode was stupid too.
Why?
It was just a lot of holes in the story. Like, to me, why Stash House got nobody protecting it?
Exactly.
I understand if you want to bring a lot of troops out to the food truck. You don't bring everybody and just leave a stash house with all this money and drugs naked like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was stupid.
You don't watch Mayans, do you?
What is that?
Mayans is the spinoff of Sons of Anarchy.
No, I think I did hear it, but no, I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, see, they have a stash house, but it's an old lady living there. Mm-hmm. So
you gotta have somebody always 24/7 at the stash house.
Right. So the old lady lives there. So they'll like break the old lady off. Say nobody gonna think that, this old lady got a whole bunch of drugs and all that shit in her house.
Right.
So they break the old lady off when they come over there. But yeah, they all over there with that food truck. And ain't nobody watching the house. And then Big Meech is like a damn hothead. See, if I was the box dude, I'd have been stopped fucking with Big Meech because he snap out over.
If you was which one?
The box dude, the dude with the skinny dude with the box that started having sex with the young lady.
Oh, okay. Because, well, he a knucklehead too, though.
Yeah, he is because he should have never shot. He should have never killed the guy like that. But then like he snapped on him about the stash house. Look, that's your crib. Why you ain't watching it? And the dude already said that his mom, because the girl already said that he was going through it with his mom or whatever. So
but he still should call somebody and told somebody.
That's true too. But then it should be other people there too, also looking at it. And what was y'all doing when all this stuff was going on?
Mm-hmm. I just don't like how my man is like damn Debo of the fucking show. Is he a real dude? Is this real or this for TV?
What, the Wood Harris dude?
No. The guy with the gold tooth, the fucking the dude.
Oh, the crazy dude.
Crazy boy.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. And Crazy Boy just came in. First, the girl didn't like him and all that stuff. Now they banging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try to Debo everybody.
I don't like how Meech's brother got shot in the face and didn't act like he didn't know who shot him. But then they making jokes about his eye, like you don't put 2 and 2 together. Exactly. First of all, why you didn't see who shot you? Even if you turned around and then the gun went off, you had to know something.
Right. And how would they know? How would that other side know what was going on with his eye and all that shit?
Right.
Right. And I think the girl is going to like turn on the in-house informant is going to turn on the 12th Street boys.
Yeah, I think so too, but I think she's going to get killed. I think Meacham won't kill her. Because how can you trust her? You know what I mean?
Right.
We watched because Shay didn't know anything about it. We watched a documentary the other day on it. It was a little blurry, not too like HD quality, but it was still decent. And pretty much the downfall was the brother. The brother got caught up on wiretaps. He was talking to everybody. The only person he didn't talk to on a wiretap was Meech.
Mm-hmm.
But he was talking about everything. And every time he said, yeah, we got a truck, a car leaving such as that should have been the first hit right there. If you talk on the phone and you say you got a car leaving with such and such, then that joint get pulled over. You be like, how the fuck did they know? You know what I mean? But his fat ass just stayed on the phone, just putting all the business out there. and then he started cutting the product. You know what I mean? And then when motherfuckers on the street talking about he got the bullshit, now he get mad at Meech because Meech ain't cutting his shit. And everybody going for Meech shit.
All right, now since you watched the documentary, what age were they when they went to Atlanta?
Oh shit! I was like on my phone and watching it because I really was putting on for her so she can get an idea what's going on.
Right.
If I had to get, I don't know,
because they like real young now, so we got to be years before they get to Atlanta,
right? Because I think like right now, what are they right now? Like 16, 17, something like that?
Yeah. Because remember the younger brother, he's still in school. He like cares about his schoolwork and all that shit.
Right. Yeah, so I'm thinking they like, so they probably like 17 and 18 then right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be a couple years later before, because remember they're not even like big time yet. They're still underneath Wood Harris character. You know what I mean? So he gotta get out of the picture and they got to start running their own operation. You know what I mean? So we ain't get that far yet.
Right. And do the grandparents know that Big Meech have a baby?
I didn't even know he had a baby.
Right.
I said, where was this girl and this baby at all these episodes that we watch?
Right. And she's at the church and stuff. They hanging with each other, all stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my camera. I left the camera in the car. And so obviously she must know her. But they don't know. She don't know they have a kid because they never mentioned it.
Nope. Poor Wright, and that's what that was. He never even stopped past to see his kid or nothing.
Yep.
As soon as he stopped past, first thing she do is give him something and kick him out.
Exactly, which was stupid too,
Yeah.
by the way. Yeah, that was stupid. But maybe it's something that, well, I tell you what these shows are, they're like female based, and you're not going to get a real detail. See, we want details on stuff. Now all of a sudden, this dude just pop up with a kid, and the grandparents ain't never say, well, his mom and dad. I keep saying grandparents, but you know what I mean. They don't never say, well, what about your baby? Oh, you got a baby to take care of. What you out here doing? They never mentioned. Now all of a sudden he pop in and going to the crib and giving the girl money and all that stuff. And like you said, she pop out of nowhere, have sex with him. Then obviously they're cool with each other because he took her to a baby christening.
Yep.
And then he was messing with the other girl, with the crazy dude's girl.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, these stories are female based. When I say that, I don't mean in a bad way or anything like that, but they are. Because look, soap opera's been going on for how many years, and none of them have any real detailed plots. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's like Power. It's just like Power.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, y'all, we going. You can reach us on Facebook and Twitter at P&L Judgmentals, Instagram at _Judgmentals. You can email us at pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. And I forget the TikTok at PNL Judgmentals. All right, Phil.
All right, man.
Hey, yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. Fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you're mad at me.